Hi, my name's Mavrik and I'm a London-based DJ, but I'm originally from a little town in the north called Wigan. Many moons ago, I'm not going to say how long ago, one of my friends needed cover in a club, and I wasn't a DJ at this point, but I'd used to club for years, and he said, I know you love your music, would you like to come and cover for me, because I've double booked myself. And I was like, no chance am I going DJing. Anyway, I ended up saying, yeah, I'll do it. Goes down to the club, he showed me how to crossfade, and I was just playing absolutely anything I had at that point. When I finished, the manager came over and he said, God, your music was brilliant. Would you like to come and play for us? And they ended up giving me, I think he had the Friday night set and they put me on the Saturday. So that's how I started. And then one night I was at home and I thought, God, a little voice came in my head and said, get some decks. And I went and got some decks, which were very expensive. And but I thought, I'm going to do it. Went and got the decks, and then went to Ibiza within about 6 months. I was just like, I'm going. And got some little gigs out there, and I was probably really bad at that point. But yeah, that's how I started. And I just thought, I'm just going to go for it. So I grew up in a brilliant little town called Wigan, which is in Greater Manchester, and it's not a little town really, it's quite a big town, but beautiful, loads of cool people, lovely. I've got lovely friends there. And when I grew up, I was clubbing a lot. I did a lot of sport growing up, and I used to go out with my friends. We used to go partying and stuff. And there was Cream, there was a Hacienda, there was loads of clubs. We used to go over to Yorkshire. We used to travel over to Leeds and go down to Birmingham, and it was just a really good time for clubbing, and a lot of fun and a lot of excitement. And one of the things, like when you used to go to Cream, the big thing was, can you get in? Have you got the right clothes on? Because there was someone at the front who used to say, oh, you're not dressed right tonight, and you'd be like, the worst thing about like not getting in, the worst part of it would be that you wouldn't get in because you didn't have the right clothes on. But anyway, lots of fun, lots of fun. It's a funny game, and I think you have to be passionate about the music. I don't think you have to come into this with any ego or thinking you're going to make money or whatever, because sometimes there's no gigs. It's not, people think, oh, you're just working everywhere and this is happening. Sometimes you don't have work, which can take a few years to build that up. So I'd say just go into it, be very happy with what you're doing, enjoy it, enjoy the music. I'd also say learn to mix in your headsets, because sometimes places don't have monitors, or monitors break or things like that, or even if you're in a big club you can't hear. So if you learn to mix in your headset, you're always safe that you're going to be able to do a mix and continue to play. I'd also say just stick it out, because it can be frustrating learning to mix. I remember when I got my decks and I had them in my bedroom, and sometimes I just used to sit and look at them and think, I was so frustrated that I couldn't mix. And then eventually I just kept playing and playing, and I remember doing my first mix, and it was a bit like a progressive trance, 2 tracks that are blended together, and the elements blended so beautifully, and it brought me to tears. It was gorgeous, and I was just so happy, and I thought, this is why I'm doing this, but I'd just say stick it out, and then eventually the decks don't control you, you can control the decks, and when you get to that point it's really beautiful. What's the other thing? What else? I'd say just carry on with it and give it your best shot. Don't give up your day job until you can. You know what? I've had so many beautiful gigs. I've done some really good ones. Croatia, I used to play a lot. I still go out there and play, but I've had some beautiful gigs in Croatia. I'm playing on the islands and different clubs, and people are really up for it. All over Eastern Europe, had some brilliant gigs, and I've also done quite a lot of tours. And I had a great tour of Brazil, which was beautiful, and played some lovely clubs. So that's quite memorable. As for a best gig, I'm not sure. But I've had loads of really good gigs. I've had so much fun. Very beautiful. Growing up, I travelled a lot to parties. I used to go all over the world to club events and travel, and you meet the same people on the circuit, And that was before I DJ'd. And before I did DJ, I moved to Australia a long time ago, and I was with a very good group of friends, and we went to see Carl Cox for New Year on Bondi Beach, and it was brilliant. It was so beautiful. It's just a very good memory for me. I'm not saying it's the best event that I've been to, the best party, the best club night, but it was just a beautiful time, and I think it's a very strong memory for me. It was just like an adventure. It was just a big adventure, and I'd say that really stands out, not because it was brilliant or anything, just because it was such a beautiful moment.